Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another VOD review video. My name is Paz, if you don't know me already. And Stamen, if you want to actually introduce yourself, go right ahead.
Hello, my name is Stamen. I'm a 3.1 ball player, and I'm going to be trialing for a college team soon.
That is fantastic. And actually, speaking of college teams, if you guys didn't know already, got my jersey on today, playing for Penn State. We beat Rutgers today, 2-0. It was kind of free. Don't tell them I said that. I hope none of them are sub to me. They probably don't sub to me because we're kind of rivals. But anyways, you said you came from console when we were talking previously. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, I put in about a year of playtime onto console. I actually initially started on PC, then moved to console because of technical problems.
What do you mean technical problems?
My computer went brick.
Okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
So moved over there, met a few people, played, got all the way to 4K, 4.3, and played a few tournaments, and then moved back around, what, 2021? Mid-2021?
Gotcha. Okay, so, did you play any ball on console?
Too much.
Too much ball on console. Okay, so I'm gonna hope that I see some good ball play here, because tanks make console makes a lot of really good tank players. I myself came from console. You came from PS4, so there's an exception. PS4 is bad. Anyways, I'm kidding. I mean, not really, but I'm kidding.
You're not wrong.
Xbox was better than PS4. We can settle that debate in a later time. There were better players from Xbox, and almost all of them that were really good on Xbox are contenders now. That's a topic for a whole nother video. Anyways, though, what I'm going to say is we're just going to get right into it. This is a 3200 game. You're 3600 peak. But let's talk about your comp. First of all, you're a main tank player? What's your tank pool?
I'm an off-tank player, actually.
You're an off-tank player?
Yeah, I'm an off-tank ball flex. So
what does that even mean?
So I play all the off-tanks and ball.
Okay, so here's the thing. How much do you like ball?
Too much.
Then I would consider being a main tank. And we're gonna go through why I say that. But the thing is Ball is not an off tank. He is a main tank. In every okay, you know what? This is a waste of time because Overwatch 2 is coming in 2 months, right? Right?
We hope.
So you're just gonna be a main tank anyways. Here's the thing, right? Is Ball Monkey good? Not really. Is it bad? Not really. I think Diva's just better. I mean, here's the thing. I think Monkey switches to Diva. If the Monkey's not going to switch to Diva, you switch to Diva. And you can see what I'm drawing, right?
Yes, I can.
It's a smiley face.
Yes, little smiley face.
I don't know what you guys were thinking. But let's see. I usually with tank VODs, I try to teach very much, not necessarily fundamentals, but macro knowledge. I'm trying to teach you the board of the chessboard of Overwatch, and not necessarily that here's what you aim and shoot. This is what you do. So the big thing that you have to know when you're playing ball, what should you be avoiding at all costs? This is
CC.
very simple. CC, that's true. What even more fundamental do you need to be avoiding while you're getting into a good spot as ball?
CC.
What does the enemy have to do to kill you?
They have to shoot me.
And that means what? Damage. You have to make
sure
sure that you're not taking damage before a fight. And that's a really big problem that I see a lot of people having. And I'm sure that I'm going to talk about this in the Zen Brig comp video that I make, which this will probably come after, but it might come before. So if it does come before, make sure you stay tuned for that. But the big thing that you want to make sure that you're doing as ball is that you're taking rotations, but also mitigating the damage that you do take. It's a huge thing as ball, and really just setting up I mean, if you're going to be playing ball as an off tank, you really need to be setting up the dive. Not necessarily setting up the dive, but you need to be supplementing the dive after your monkey jumps in. But let's also understand what your comp kind of wants to do. How fast does your comp really want to play? So let's see. You have Ana. So when you're running Ana, what is Ana really even used for anymore? At a high level, let's think about this.
Nade.
Okay, Nade's one of them. We can say Nade, Nade. Okay, Nade's one of them. But what's something that we maybe want to build up? Nano. So here's the thing. As compared to the counterpart being Zen, How fast is Ana really going to be wanting to play?
She wants to play faster than the Zen. Or no, she wants to play slower than the Zen, but build faster than Zen.
I mean, the second part, the latter half doesn't really matter as much. I don't really know what you're going with on that part, but you got the first part right where she wants to play slower. So if your Ana wants to play slower, what does that mean that you have to do?
Play slower.
Play slower, but it's not as simple as just doing everything slower. It's in terms of what does Nathan Prime want to do, which good name by the way, because first name's Nathan. Anyways, so here's the thing: if she wants to play slow and she wants to look for opportunities and she wants to get nano, how can you help her do that? Are you going to be hard engaging all the time as Ball, or are you going to be playing a much more displacing play style?
Displace,
take damage, build nano.
Yeah.
That's
so
pretty much what you're going to be
nano.
trying to do. Not necessarily feed, but you have to be doing something with your feeding. You have to be displacing them, not necessarily slamming super hard, unless she's going to go for a big nade and you're slamming for the nade. It's kind of like a lot of Ball is dealing with what your supports are doing, how fast they want to play, and supplementing what they want to do. The other thing that you could go with, out of these 2 DPS that you have, which one are you most likely going to be coordinating with more?
The Tracer, because Tracer was the only one in chat, other than...
I mean, even if the Tracer isn't in chat, you have to be looking for what your Tracer's trying to do, see what pattern she's going for, and supplement that. So let's now rotate this over to the second, the other side of the comp here. We got a weird comp. You got Ashe Mercy, which that's big damage that you're gonna have to keep out for, and also a soldier, a hog. It's just weird. You can slam into this comp, just know it's gonna be difficult. Not every single comp you go against, you're gonna be slamming every single time, and that's a big problem for Ball players. They think they have to slam all the time. Like, I'm not going to slam into a double shield comp nearly as much as I'm going to be slamming into a Zen Brig, like, dive mirror. Not dive mirror, like ball comp mirror. I'm going to be slamming a lot more into that than I am into a double shield that has maybe Torb, Hanzo. Like, characters like Hanzo and Ashe, if they're looking at you and you don't get them in the slam, you're going to die. Even if you do slam them, you're probably going to die, but there are moments in which you have to in order to carry that fight, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So just understand you want to make sure that you're pathing to probably take the high ground on this map and LOS their DPS. And also, since you're the fastest person on the team, it's important that you're telling everyone what they are on at the start because you can scout. You're the fastest. Are we good to start the VOD and kind of get into the nitty gritty?
Yes, we are.
If you have literally any questions ever, feel free to just let me know. And yeah, let's get right into this. Victory for a small mammal. It's a good voice line. Alright, so now you're on Pharah. Okay, well.
Yes, things change a little bit.
This makes your comp even more about what? Is it about raw output, or is it about opportunities?
It's very based here.
It's more about opportunities. If you want to think, the thing that you have to think about with Ana is that you're just setting up for opportunities instead of just like anything raw damage wise. You're looking for those direct impacts. If you see a big direct impact, you immediately jump on that. And the thing is that the Pharah really needs to let you know what she's directing, and a lot of Pharahs don't do that for whatever reason. Okay. But alright. Okay, that's an interesting rollout. So like, here's my argument. Did you need to do any of that? No. What you could have done is gotten through there faster, not taken so much poke, because you took 100 poke, and probably could have gone down here. Just going to put that out there. A little bit of a nitpicky, but it's kind of like a thematic thing that I'm probably going to see. But okay, you pick up the Mega, that's fine. You're just trying to... Yeah, okay. So like, here's the thing, right? Rolling through main... like what's your plan here? What's your default, if that makes sense?
Here to default?
Let's say the enemy team is playing default, which is like this area. What is your default pathing? As Ball. Which on this map, Ball's not really that good. There's a reason why Winston is usually played more over Ball. But Ball is still doable.
Would you go bottom right, try and get the boop?
You're saying here?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you wanted to do that, which is totally feasible, how would you go about doing it?
You'd roll through point, go to the back site.
You'd roll through here.
Yeah, it would be easier, though, to roll through left side.
Because what does rolling through left side do for you?
I can't take poke in there.
Mitigates damage to poke before you actually take the fight, right?
Okay.
And then you can rotate all the way around here. And if you want to play here, you could go literally all the way around and you could look to just boop them off there. Or what you could do, which, I mean, you could also break off and just sit in here and wait for your Winston to dive up here, because then you can just roll through and be ready to help.
Okay.
Either way can really work. I probably I don't really know which one I prefer because I don't play ball a lot on this map, but I'm trying to tell you the macro like kind of reasoning behind it. Okay. In my opinion, literally anything that you're going to do, unless your team's going to just hard engage right off the bat, that's the only time that you're really going to be using your grapple here and then rotating all the way around up top there. That's the only time I'm going to ever see you go main, to be honest. If you're monkey, playing here is fine because you can take poke, you can jump to here. If you're ball, you have to take those weird rotations so you're not actually taking poke that your team can't heal.
Okay.
But if you see them all up here, again, you could literally just sit here, wait for your team to get ready, and then roll through and try to boot people down into main. That's another feasible thing. The thing is rotating all the way through here, it's going to get you killed. No, it doesn't even matter if they have a hog, they have CC or not. They're just going to shoot you, and you're trolling.
You won't see me rotate through there at all.
Yep. Well, you know, it's the ideas that I'm trying to teach you here. Like, sure, you didn't really do anything, you know? Like, there's no space being created. Your team's kind of all over the place, and it's not looking too good for you guys, to say the least. I think you're not going to win this fight, but maybe you will. I don't know, you know, there's always a hope. Like, that was fine. The thing is that you have to make sure that your team is like actually going to look to do something to that Zen, right? And mechanically that was okay, but like let's see where my team is. Like, is my team going to actually help me kill that Zen? Because you're not going to kill that Zen on your own, unless he's like way out on his own and there's not a soldier next to him, and you can actually. The thing is, like, you're only going to do 100 to a Zen on a slam, and then you need the time to gun him down, and it's just not happening, you know. I mean, he looks very exposed, which he is, but you need your team to be ready to do that, you know?
Okay.
That's why I think, personally, Ball is much better as a main tank, because you can just initiate. You don't have to wait, really, for your team. Your team just sees it. At this point, everyone's viewing your Winston as a main tank and waiting for the Ana to get nano. So I think the Eva's just much better here from either of the tanks. But yeah, you're just chilling here. That's totally fine. Just waiting for your team to do something here, or just get to a better spot. So, like, yeah. You're trying to initiate something. The thing is, it's not. The thing that I had said about like the way that you path to start your fight is really important here, because like imagine if you're up here, people are just waiting. They're like, okay, we're ready to dive. Oh, yo, can we get on like who's coward? Who's that on the name? Hey, let's jump on their sig. Like you can slam up top, you can boop their Zen off. If you literally just start here, like where your Genji is, I think just where you are is really gonna make life like 1,000 SR harder than you. Or than it needs to be.
I do die here.
Like, does that make sense though?
Yeah, that makes sense.
The thing is like you can't get away with people just not hitting their shots against the ball like you could on console. It's a learning curve, but like keep that in mind. Can't get away with that kind of shit. So yeah, right here, this is really dumb. If that hog has hook, he hooks you and you die. He does have hook. He's just actually brain dead. Yeah, don't hard peek a hog. Here's the thing. I understand you're playing ball, but you have to value your life, because you will die very quick, especially when Zen exists. And when they don't have a Brig, they have a Mercy, so they're doing even more range damage to you. Like, the thing with tank players is that they think they're invincible. Let me tell you, you're not. You will die extremely fast if you're stupid.
Very squishy.
So yeah, this is a decent spot to start, because now you can just roll through here. You can force their Ash out. That's a big slam. Like, you should have killed that. Unlucky you didn't. Can we acknowledge how much better that was compared to your last fight because of the way that you pathed?
Yes.
Does that make sense? You didn't even... And look, you only really took, like, 100 damage.
Yep.
It's just a lot better than, like, oh, I'm just going to roll through here. No, I rolled people on point. Why are my team not pushing? Well, it's not really the best initiation either. So yeah, you set up that kill perfectly. I don't think you need to rotate all the way back. You can literally get right back into the fight. 100 health isn't going to make or break you, dude. You can get right back in there. Just break the LOS of the Zen Orb and you're fine. This is fine, though. Moving on. Wait, you guys actually didn't win that?
Yeah, no, we lost that
That's
fight.
tragic, even though you set those picks up.
We do win here.
Yeah, but this is a lot better because, dude, that Zen is actually delusional. You should never get that. That is crazy. Okay, yeah, this is kind of a sticky spot. Just because you didn't have grapple, but I mean you did get the kill there. Should you have gotten the nano?
No.
No. Who should have gotten the nano? Oh wait, you have a hog now. Never mind. You,
Oh,
yeah,
yep,
I guess
never
you
mind.
do get it.
I didn't realize we had hog either.
Yeah, okay, this is fine. You got nano.
Chases in their spawn, calls it, traces in spawn, kills them. And soldier.
Whatever, this fight's won. Let's see how you go after the fight. Let's see what happens. You probably didn't even mind that, but like I didn't expect that. But we're chilling. Okay, you have some weird tech on ball. Definitely play a lot of ball. All right, that's a decent slam if you're gonna look to spawn camp. Aim could be a little bit better, which I mean, there's stuff to do for that. Okay, you force trank, and now you just get out. You should get out. So here's the thing: when you have Discord, you just need to break that Discord immediately, no matter what you're playing against. If you're discorded, you cannot engage. If you're
this
if you
also
get
was a pathing error.
yeah, it's a lot of different things. It's a mixture of like, hey, you shouldn't have gone in the first place because you had orb. I think this is honestly fine. Like, if you wanted to engage, like to roll through here and like roll through them and boop them forward, that's totally fine. I just think that when you have Discord, you really can't roll in, especially against what they have.
Okay.
Like, you need a play to just not be in that LOS, and especially when they trank too. Like, you're not killing them unless you had a Zen, which you don't, or if they were antied. I would be waiting to be as a. Here's the thing: you're being very aggressive when your team isn't really ready. Like, there's some people that are just not even out yet. You don't want to take damage before the fight even starts. I get that. Well, let's see where you path. They really should force you out here and like try to kill you, because right now you're half health. Yeah, you should die here. Really, you should. But no, they're not killing you somehow. So I would be more aware of like not going too early, not engaging too fast, if that makes sense. But your team does somehow follow up on it, so. You know, I think you just could have been more active in that fight had you not been so exposed so early.
I also messed up my roll through slam. I was supposed to go onto the Zen there. I did not go onto the Zen.
So right here, like this is bad. If here's the thing, right? If they have to come here, where should you be to defend that?
It should be high ground.
Yeah, so that you can just slam them. When they visor or they have 2 hit scans and you don't have Diva, rolling through here is a death sentence against any good team. Like, you should have died here. Easily. And to be honest, I think you're about to. I think you're about to get chased down. Because I don't think they're going to try to go for a touch. But that make sense? You know that. You know better. Yada yada. Let's go. Okay. Okay, you just look to boop in. I would be looking to boop the Hagen since he's the closest, but... actually, no. Never mind, because you don't want him to touch. I guess that's an okay... I mean, that's fine. This is a weird situation. Decent pick. And... to be honest, I wouldn't push here. You're 300 health. You're probably going to die. I would just wait and get the heals from Ana or look for a health pack on this side of the map here. Just look for something, because I mean, here's the thing. Rolling straight through them when you don't have a Diva, you're going to die every time, dude. You're flirting with disaster, and I think you're about to die here. Yeah.
Left, dead.
You need to value your life. I understand you're playing tank, but you will die faster than any other character in the game because you have a chalky hitbox against a Zen. Well, not a Zen anymore, but even without a Zen, you saw how fast you died. And this is just absurd that you're getting away with this kind of stuff. I think your mechanics on ball really aren't that bad. It's more just pathing. Okay, yeah, you're just chilling here, waiting for the next fight. I'm just a little concerned with how, like, your lack of looking back to see like who's ready and who's not, because you're going in when you're 3 people down. So, like, okay, if I were to say, let's get away from this POV because it's a little annoying with the sounds. The big things right now are pathing. I'm just gonna go P-A-F. Wait, F. Wow, I really just said that.
Yep.
And pathing and like R question mark for lack of a bet, like just cause quick. Where are you pathing so you're not taking a lot of damage? Is my team ready to engage on whatever I do? Whether I boop, whether I slam, how am I setting my team up? Because you're not going to do it on your own. Ball is not a solo character, he's a team-based character. You're never going to solo kill unless you're against Pandrew 30 on the Zen.
Okay.
because that was a little bit scary. There are chances in which you will solo kill, but I don't want you to be thinking going into it that you're going to be solo killing with gold healing, or not gold healing, gold damage, gold healers. Again, you should die here. You almost do. Yeah, you're dead. Yeah, like right there. Just wait for healing. If your team doesn't heal you, they're dog. You roll in there and die, which makes you bad. Sag. All right. Oh, okay. We went top. I would immediately just be going down. He has a damage boost. You're not winning that. Okay. Yep. Out of LOS. Okay, that's like okay. Your mechanics on ball are just not bad. These are solid mechanics. Honestly, better than some GM ball mechanics. It's just you're feeding so hard, and it's really hurting you. So you're gonna try to boop him out, maybe? Okay, that's really good.
And I died at the dive.
That's really good. Could be a little more clean. Also, could be looking at where your team is in relevance to this before you're ready. To boop them out, maybe. You also understand they have dynamite. They have a pocket. Did he have stun there? No. Maybe he did. I don't know. I'm not gonna go back.
NT.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
In terms of time, we're just gonna keep going here. I mean, the idea was fine. It would just need to be a little bit cleaner.
That was unfortunate.
Okay. Okay, you're already back. That's totally fine. Playing that corner harder. I understand your tank, but make sure you're living. Make sure you're not overexposing yourself because, I mean, you're only out there for 2 seconds and you're already almost down 150 HP. So right here is where I'd be supporting my Ana and rolling in. I'd be doing it just a little bit faster, but that was good. The idea was fine. So here's the thing. Again, you're doing all this stuff. Where's my team? They're dead. Don't do that when they're dead, because then your team can't follow up at all, you know? Like, this minefield does nothing because your team's not ready to, like, push this Sig away into the mines. Because if they were there, that Sig's dead. I would be willing to bargain that this Sig doesn't die unless he's really bad. So he says... No, he's not bad.
Dies. I messed up my boot.
But honestly, like... You're not going to kill him regardless. It's not even your fault that you didn't boop him right. It's the fact that you minefielded when half your team was dead. Like, dude, what's your thought process here?
Okay, I thought mines were still up, and I misplaced my grapple.
Okay, so even if mines are still up, I'm sorry, dude, you're not killing someone with mines. Mines is not a killing ultimate. It's only killing if it's zoning something and forcing them to choose between 2 different locations, and then they deem that going through the mines is better. You're not going to boop this Sig that has his two healers on him, nanoed, with a hog on the side. You're not booping him and killing him with mines, dude. You're not. Unless you had 6 people alive when you did it, and then everyone would have died and you would have won the fight. It's like High Noon. Does High Noon get kills? Sure, sometimes it does, but the whole point of it is to zone them into a position that makes them very tight in space, and they have to kind of figure it out. If you wanted to do a lot of damage and carry on everything, you wouldn't play ball. The thing with ball is setting everyone up, and it's chef's kiss when you do it. It's so insane. It's so fun. Again, I'm not the most ball savvy homie out there, but I understand how ball is supposed to be played in the macro. Your micro is fine. The macro it's fucking you over. Okay, yep, this is a fine place to take on the start. I would be 3-peeking common angles. I'd be clearing them like this right here. I would always be 3-peeking, since in ball form you can look around corners, and you don't want to assume that these places are clear, especially if they had a Cassidy here with a Mercy Pocket. You would have gotten flash fanned and you would have been dead easily. Just make sure you're 3-peeking those, staying cognizant. This is a fine place to start though, and it's probably going to lead to you actually killing. Yeah, I mean, look how just the starting position made your life like 10 times easier. Granted, she was pretty bad, but you know. Okay, this is just way too extreme. Way too extreme, man. Remember what your Ana's trying to do? Oh, you're switching.
Yes, this is the switch. Team called for switch. Like,
okay.
And I'm like, okay.
Okay, as long as you're not going back just to get heals, that's very extreme, bro.
No.
All right, so as Sigma, what's your job in this composition?
Cancel out the other DC abilities. So stop rock, stop dart, stop nade, stop hook.
Okay, that's micro. Let's think more macro. Let's think big picture. You understand the difference between micro as mechanics and like small abilities and stuff. Macro is like, let's look at the big picture here and how everything fits together. Let's look at speeds of compositions, how characters like synergize with each other and understand what's going on here. Because that's going to then help you with the micro. So macro first. People haven't messed up. Macros first, then micro. And then it's a lot easier from there.
Okay.
How does Sig-Hog work?
That's a good question.
Is everyone stacked as 6?
Sig and Hog are supposed to play split, correct?
Okay, why are you asking? Tell me, bro. Let's go.
I don't.
Be confident in your answers. No. Be confident. Let's learn here. Let's put you on the spot so that you learn.
Okay.
How should Sig-Hog play? Do they stack as 6 or do they take different angles?
They take 2 separate angles because they do 2 separate things.
So the whole point of a Sig-Hog comp is literally just a Call of Duty comp. Does that make sense?
I don't know what a Call of Duty comp is.
Have you ever played Call of Duty? You played on console. You're a PS4 player and you never played Call of Duty.
I played it when I was little and haven't played it since.
The idea of Call of Duty comp is that you're literally just playing there's no synergy, you're just running around and killing things. That's Call of Duty comp. It's not literally a comp, it's an idea of just like, dude, this has got Call of Duty comp. We're just running around taking angles and killing things. Like, it's a Call of Duty comp.
Match.
Yeah, deathmatch comp too, sure. But Call of Duty comp, just bring it back to the good old days. Anyways, yeah, you're trying to flank and take angles here. So a common misconception that I see is that people think that everyone should be like playing a 6, even in like 4-3. People are like, nah, we're supposed to stack 6 when we're playing Sig-Hog. No, not really. Your Hog's supposed to flank, and then the Sigma's pretty much doing the frontline pressure, if there is even a frontline. I just wanted to put that idea in your head so that if this Hog is playing with you and he's getting no value and your team's like, switch off Hog, and he doesn't want to, at least just tell him to flank and do something else. Other than,
the team was expecting him to switch to Sig, and I was like, oh. Well,
Sig-Hog is completely fine. I mean, in this meta, it's really not a good comp, but in this meta, it works more often than not. I just wanted to put that out there, and it's different than Ball. You're going to be actually holding that frontline pressure a lot harder. So that right there, I don't know what you're doing. You saw him like a while ago. You could have thrown that out a lot. You know, I didn't even realize there's financial stock numbers there. That's interesting. That must be a public trading place. Interesting. So right here, overexposure. Hug that corner. Don't waste your shield when you don't have to. It makes you a lot less effective, and I don't think you realize that. I think people realize that a little late. So yeah, right here, 1, you're on is dead. So really, you're done. You're not winning this unless you have ultimates, which you don't. You have like 1, and I mean, really, Hog and cast the ultimate aren't good. They're just not. You're not winning this. Even if you get like that pick, you can be a little more aggressive, but as aggressive as you are being, it looks like you've already won the fight. But let's keep going here. Like this aggression is just way too much when you don't have an armor. That shield, let's think about a better place to put this shield. Let's talk about something different, because I've been berating you about the same thing for like half an hour. Is that fine with you?
Yes, we're fine with that.
Let's make a decision here. Shield 1 better or Shield 2 better?
Shield 2 denies healing to the Hog, so Shield 2 is better.
Okay, healing 2. What else? What else does it stop?
Stops damage from over there to us.
Yeah, that's true too. This isn't gonna... Okay, so option 2 isn't always gonna be the best. It's not always gonna be the best. But in this situation, I'd say like 80% of the time, it's probably a better option. The thing is that your shield's not going to travel there in time, and you know that. So I think the better shield option here is right here, so that you can actually cut off the damage and the healing, especially since you saw that he actually hooked the Hog and not a support. If it was a support and you were close enough, I would be shielding off the support and trying your best to do that. Otherwise, you know, no, it's not going to happen. Also realize that like a shield like this is a god shield. Like that is nuts. That is Overwatch League level shielding right there, if you can pull that off. And you know, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. Overwatch League, you know, not easy. But okay, good thing that you recognize it. It just, you need to start thinking about it. Okay, You're
Aim.
wide swinging a little bit hard. Dude, aim, shmame. Whatever. Your aim is better than the other parts of your kit right now. So yeah, your Hog's flanking, you're just holding there. That's totally fine. That shield's alright. I would just wait to use the shield until you actually need it, so they don't just shoot it from spawn while they're waiting for everyone to get ready. That's my opinion.
One thing I will say about that shield, it was called that there was Ana on right. Their Ana was right side, so I was like, okay, deny the Ana. That was the entire thought process for that.
I would just wait a little longer for that. You can deny the Ana mid-fight so that she doesn't actually know where the shield's going, and then you have it for like reactionary of other things, like maybe a hook, maybe a nade, because she can just walk past the shield and nade, you know? Okay. It depends on a lot of different things. I wouldn't take what everything I said there like 100% true, but just keep that in the back of your mind. And then you're just left clicking. Okay. That's an okay pull. Or a hands. I'd be shielding that sooner. I mean, I don't think there's much you can do there other than your team just doing things. And it looks like you're gonna die here soon.
Don't die soon. I stagger myself and this ends up losing.
Yeah, you really should die faster.
I could have jumped off and decided not to.
Yeah, well at this point it was way too long. It's like, yeah, this is bad. Unluck. Alright, but maybe you guys somehow win this last fight. I mean, it's an 18-minute game. Let's see it happen. Alright, let's go a little farther. Okay, so big things so far. One, pathing to set yourself up. And also to take less damage, minimizing the amount of damage that you are taking. And two, making sure that your team's ready to actually push. Do you have any questions before we move on?
Was there a better option there other than Sig?
Well, when you have a Hog, there really isn't a good option, but I think Sig was the best one besides Ball.
Okay.
I mean, in comps like these, or in just ranked in general, the comp is never going to be ideal. But if you have a Hog, Ball and Sig are really your only options.
Got it.
And Zarya is not your option anymore. I don't see why people are still advocating for that. That was a meta a long time ago when Sig was... I don't know, maybe Sig would have been better there in that meta. I don't remember that meta too much, to be honest. I think it was because of hero bans, actually, that meta was a thing. I might be wrong in saying that. But we're back on Ball. You have Torb and Echo, so again, more spammy. But you actually do have a D.Va, so you actually are the main tank, and you can initiate much harder here. Just keep that in the back of your head. Also, they have their range stuff still, so you're still mitigating damage on defense. Let's see how you accomplish that.
Scouting here.
You're scouting, cool, yeah, whatever.
I call out what they have.
And then you should immediately be reacting against what they have. Being this close is a little scary. Once I see what they have, I would be going to my startup position, which would probably be up here. Because now, look, you don't have... Like, sure, you get that slam, but keep in mind that you have an Echo Torb, so you're not going to be able to engage on that. And now you don't have your hook to get away. If this team was better, that soldier would not have died, and you probably would have died. Also, better teams usually path through main. So once you see it, being up here, so that you have your grapple by the time you want to slam in main and take the engagement, is better than staying here for 5 seconds and then being here. I mean, it worked out for you. That's great. It's not going to stay that consistently.
Also, didn't notice the Hog. Which...
Yeah, somehow. I mean, not somehow you don't die. They didn't get to walk in, so you're fine. I wouldn't go aggressive off that. I wouldn't go aggressive on any of this. You should die here. I don't hope you die ever. But in terms of a learning purpose, I wish you would have died there. Because you should never roll into an enclosed space, ever, as Ball, for one. I mean, unless you have some weird composition. But in this case, what are you going to do? Are you going to brawl with your Torb? Your Torb isn't even with you. It's the same idea. Who's with me? Because if Torb's with you and he's nanoed and he has like all this shit and he needs the space now, sure, rolling in there is fine. Maybe you could argue it. But in this situation, who's with me? Nobody. Why am I rolling in there? You were from 500 now down to 100. So you should have died there, but you didn't, which is good. We love life. But, you know, let's keep moving on.
We love existing.
Yeah, existing is pretty pog. For lack of better term. You do it again. Woo! Something tells me you're going to keep doing it.
And
Oh, Lord. You're giving me anxiety. And then, yeah, your team just starts dying. Enclosed spaces are not your friend as ball. Do you see why? Do you see why they're not your friend? Now, here's the thing. It's not like you're never going to go through it. It's not like you're never going to go through enclosed spaces. Just don't do that. Does that mean, like, I think for most people that are going to watch this video as well, I don't need to explain to you why that's a bad idea. You should just see that, be like, yeah, that's pretty stupid, especially with the comp that I have. Yeah, I'm not going to do that again. Now, if you had a Reinhardt, and you wanted to like push in there for some reason, you're running Reinball, maybe you do go in there, but that's like never going to happen. Fundamentally, that shouldn't happen because the character should never be played with Rein. You should just play D.Va instead. But let's keep going here.
Oh, I have a Rein one-trick friend, Sedge.
Yeah, well, I hate to tell you this, Reinball, there's a reason why it's not run. Interesting grapple, but you know... Okay, so why? He's low. Never mind. I can kind of understand why you're going for that. All right, this isn't awful. There's some like iffy decisions here. Like I don't even know how you're getting that jump. Did you wall jump there?
Slam skip, yeah.
That was pretty. That was pretty good. Like that's good ball tech right there. Like I'm not even a ball player, but I can understand like ball tech because like I've made videos for ball before. Like that's impressive stuff. Like. That's good stuff, and that was like a really fast like wall jump. Jeez, dude, that's really good. Keep doing that. Aim could be a little better, but you know it's pretty clean, bro. That was kind of fun to watch. You trying to stream, bro? I'm trying to watch a ball player. It's good stuff.
I mean, I do a little bit, but
yeah, we'll plug it at the end. Okay, you barely.
I mine it for no reason.
No, that mine's good. That mine's good. It's just you barely get out. Without sleeping, without getting slept. Yeah, right there. That's really risky because there's a Bob there. You just want to get out if your team's not actually going to push it, which you do actually do. You do actually get out here, but it's fine. Also, you have an Arisa now, so you're really looking to pull slam, I guess. Like, I like how you're waiting. Okay, that's good. Your team walks in now. See, that's the kind of stuff you need to look for, and not do all this weird random bullshit that doesn't do anything. You know. Like stuff like that. Look how much, like, well, really. Look how much that turned the fight, though. Like, you guys were all the way back here, and now you guys had the ability to walk up here. Your echo kind of fed, but you know, does that make sense? How like that one coordinated slam, and then everyone gets to walk in is really big as compared to I'm going all right. It's like the meme where the dude's going and he's like sweating. You know what I'm talking about?
I play it all the way across the map. You know?
Yeah. Alright, let's keep going. Like, this isn't really as great, but it still works, I guess. Because it wasn't, like, hindering your team. Okay, cool. I would just give the heals to Yana. Don't need to get a health pack once the fight's done. You can give all of that all charge to Yana. This is a good boop again. Fantastic. Stuff like that you need to do.
There didn't work. Ran into the cart.
But that's not bad. Okay, this is another decent setup, especially since you know that they're down a few. Okay, yeah, that's unlucky. I like that roll. The only thing that I don't like about that roll is the fact that you didn't have a way out. You just need to get out immediately after you roll there, not overstay your welcome. Especially against now they have Rein and Sleep Dart, you need to make sure that you're not getting stunned and killed. So this right here, again, I think it's a little too early. I think the better optimal path is to just wait here and wait for them to actually start taking engagement, slam them in rotation. It's a big. They haven't been playing Brawl this whole time, but if you're against Brawl as Wreckingball, the big thing that you want to do is slam them when they're in rotation, so their speed boost gets no value. Or in this case, they have no speed boost. You're just going to destroy them in rotation every time. Okay. Got to think about Ball more in the macro than the micro, because he can have some fun micro stuff, which is required, but it's not all the time. Like that's cool. Just keep in mind that half of their team is not like walking forward and just waiting for you to do that. Like their hit scan is still back here. You don't need a push yet. It was cool that you did this huge jump thing. You just did it when it wasn't necessary. Like now when this Rein is nanoed, I think that is the time where you want to maybe get aggressive and slam here. Because look, their DPS are now trying to push in with their Rein. If you slam them, they can't do that. They have to wait a second. And it disrupts them more. Okay, unlucky. Now you just stall. And, yeah. Or, I guess, live. If they're gonna let you live. Oh, okay, don't mind there. Don't mind there. It's a good slam that you killed the Mercy, but don't mind there. You understand why you're not winning that fight. You're down like 5. Like, you're not a bad ball player, but even a good ball player can't carry at this rank by doing stuff like this. He's not a hardcore micro character at the end of the day. You do somehow get out though, which is good. And you give the heal stream. Overall, this is not bad ball play. I just think it's like the wrong idea. It's the way that you're doing it. Okay, but you do go to double shield. What should your Ana be playing?
Ana should be playing back here, where I'm at right now.
No, like what character?
Oh, Zen. Or, right? No, Bap. I'm a little slow.
Zen's fine, but you know,
Bap
you're on the right. Bap would work too. Bap's probably better. Your Mercy should play Zen. Unless they're on like, unless you want to go Brig and be more brawly with it, but I'm just saying Bap is so important to double shield.
On the left here.
This is good that you're being aggressive here. I wish your team would be aggressive with you.
Shield, block, shatter.
Yeah. You just jumped over it. Okay, now you're just being. I need your team to be more aggressive too. Okay.
My aggression killed me.
No, this aggression was good.
No, later.
Okay, well, I mean, your team just needs to push up with you when you have all those opportunities. And you need to tell your team to get aggressive too. But I understand that's hard, whatever.
Comms, communication, Sag.
Champ. Okay, so this is really risky. Especially when you don't have anyone to support you up here. So if you're going to make a play like this, make sure your Ashe is at least coming up with you to maybe take some poke. Because if you're alone and they ran up there, you are dead. You are gone. Also, you're like you don't go up there to flank them down here. You go up there to force them to not take this spot or like get some poke to get some ult. You never just were like, oh yeah, I'll shield this on and what's going on down here? Like you're not going to get any value there. Especially since like the only way that you get a value if you flank a double shield is if like someone else comes with you. And no one was with you. Your Mercy was with you for whatever reason.
Torb was with me for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Your Torb isn't with you anymore. Well, no, he's on point.
No, he's up there. He got slept.
So yeah, okay, this is another thing. Just play the corner on double shield. Force them to walk into you. You're spamming. You're not brawling. But you do actually get 2 picks, in which now I would be walking. This is fine. You should be honestly walking harder. I don't know why your team is still standing there. If they're going to still stand there and yell at them, yo, let's walk at them. We have 2 picks. But then now they got the res, you kind of have to backpedal. Because now they can still actually take the fight to them. And now, nope, he's one shot. Your team really should just push. If you die here, it's not your fault. Your team just needs to walk. You should have killed that Cassidy, I'm not even going to lie. That's just an aim diff. Yeah, this is good aggression. I think the pathing could be better. No way you don't kill. She's one.
Nope,
oh,
she's
that's
one
tragic. Alright, but now you have to get out. Okay. You should get out.
Here gets me killed.
Yeah, it's just the pathing was really bad. You want to make sure that while you're killing that Ashe, you're actually walking away. And you'll die.
I didn't know Ana was behind me either. And then she gets rezzed, and then I die, and then we lose team fight.
Yeah, what happens? Alright, pull Sigil. Let's see it. Let's make it juicers. Or just Sigil. Let's see who's alive. Ah, shit, no one can help me. Why, guys, why did no one die? Where is everyone? Wah!
Confusion.
Not there, bro. Look around. Look around. What's going on, man? No one can help you with that. It's a great flux. You got a lot, but no one can do shit because everyone's waiting, just trying to set themselves up for the fight. You do somehow find a kill, but it would just be so much better if your Orisa was there to pull and everyone was ready. And I'm going to bet everyone's going to get shattered and you're going to lose the game. Never mind. He's just not going to hit a shatter.
You know, he doesn't shatter, but we do lose somehow.
Ah, you spoiled it. Cringe.
Cringe, sorry.
Yeah, I actually only do these VOD reviews to see if you win or lose. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Alright, so let's see here. You have Torbalt. So pull Coom is going to be big. Also got to make sure that we're looking out for that Bob trying to sleep it. Alright, so standing up here, it's okay. But like if your Ashe wants to get aggressive and poke, you need to let her poke. So right here, I see Reinhardt. I run. I run, right? All right, so you should die here.
Bob
You
hits
probably
me.
will die.
Left.
Yeah, this just kind of lost you the game because here's the thing. As Sig, you do not get to match the Rein. You run away from Rein. Unless you are Rein Sig, you're a Risa Sig, you need a spam. So the moment that you guys see them going top, you drop off and you poke from bottom. The thing is that we should have been more aggressive earlier, but we weren't, and then they got the space. Alright, but now it's looking like it's actually winnable somehow. You lost your Torb. That's a huge ante. You really should be a lot closer now. Because that ante, that's your trigger to go forward. Not, oh, they're just running into me. So that's actually going to lose you the game. Let's review that again. Right here, I see Reinhardt, full health, swinging at my team. I back off. I go here. I poke at him. I see Big Purple and Ryan's half. He already used Shatter. I walk in with a reset. I kill Ryan.
All right.
This is what you did. Ryan ain't got shit on me, man. I'm gonna mess this Ryan up. Oh shit, he actually messed me up. Oh wait, he shattered my whole team. I didn't get to shield. Oh wait, that's bad. Oh, I'm really scared. Oh my god, he's purple and 1, but like, oh no, now I'm all the way back. Oh, I'm gonna just keep going back, and then you lose. And you're like, why is my team so bad?
Sedge.
And I'm not making fun of you. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know, that's just the generalistic,
Yeah,
haha,
no,
funny content. Okay.
You're all good, man.
So let's review the last few things here. Black screen, please. Awesome. Not the longest VOD review ever, and I hope that you actually learned some stuff here. If you have a notebook, I don't know if you've seen. Well, no, you're pretty new here, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
There's a video about like taking notes. I would take notes physically, and I would take each and every one of these tips one at a time into each session until you feel you've actually really learned this.
Okay.
Number 1, life is worth living. Obviously don't actually use that because that means with, but I'm just going to say worth because I don't want to write it out. Life is worth living. Mitigate damage. Mitigate damage. Let me write this down, sorry. I was scratchy, itchy, whatever you want to call it. This is also, I mean, a better way to put this is just pathing. Like, path before a fight and kind of see what's going on. The big thing is that I really want you to cover first is life is worth living. And then, like, a little subscript 2, I guess, for this would be, like, the pathing here. Like, how are you going to set up your team? And what's the best path to take that? Thinking more about your team than about yourself.
Okay.
Number 2... yeah, life is worth living. Pathing. There was another one that we were really going over really hard. Is pathing the second one?
Pathing was the second one, really.
Oh, okay. Dude,
What was after that?
I'm brain farting so
It's
hard. Because I was like, dude, your pathing's fine. Oh yeah, team. Where is my team? Is my team ready to push? Is my team gonna get value with this Sigalt, with this grab, with this Diva Bomb, with this Mines, with this Shatter, with this Primal Rage, with this Hog Ults? Is it gonna get value? I don't know. Where is my team? Oh shit, half of them are dead. My bad. Don't do that. Be like, holy crap, my 6 Slam, 6 Shatter, let's go! And then everyone kills them. Do that. You know, it's really hard for people not to capitalize on a big tank ultimate unless they're dead. And that's the thing that you need to check off because that's your job. That makes sense. I mean,
playing corners.
macro is kind of like all of this. I mean, like it still goes into that. So like macro is always something that you need to think about. So I'm not going to write that down. If anything, what I would do is maybe like a little bit of Axta, which is an aim trainer, just because there were some moments where you couldn't finish it off. Like, your movement's great. Your ball tech is insane. The aim afterwards sometimes is lackluster and leads you to not get picks. So maybe, like, 10 minutes of aim training on ball? Or like,
I do 30 minutes of Axta.
You
This
do
was
you do the
also-
full 30.
Yeah.
Well,
this
then
was
keep doing
also
that.
after like not playing for a week and a half.
Okay, then yeah, you know what? Do the full 30 minutes of Axel then, if that's what you want to do. I mean, I don't think it's necessary all the time, but you know what? If you think it's
Diva,
fun.
Sigma, and Ball. I do 10 minutes on Diva and Sigma, then.
I would
Yeah.
say scratch the Diva, maybe do Zarya.
Okay.
I mean, Diva and Zarya are the same aim style.
Okay.
I think Zarya might be a little harder to aim on. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, no. Diva's probably harder. I don't know.
Weird.
Diva's weird. Do Diva. Zarya's not hard.
Diva rockets. That's all I aim with.
I don't think I missed anything here. Do you have any questions?
Which do you think I should work on first, other than life is worth living?
Definitely life is worth living. There's a reason why that's number one.
Okay.
Because it's going to take a long time for you to reset and kind of understand, wait, when can I actually mitigate damage so I can do more when the fight's actually happening? It's the same kind of idea of, I don't know if Captain's ever talked to you about Baptiste or Ana, not wasting nades before the fight actually happens, not wasting all of my healing before the fight happens, because then I go into the fight with 5 shots to heal with instead of 10 as Bap. If I'm trying to heal in rotation when people don't need it, when I could just use a regen burst instead. If I even need to use a regen burst, which usually you don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So in that sense, it's the tank way of doing things, where how can I mitigate the damage I take, thus making my healers not have to heal me as much, also making my Sig shield more online, or making my overall just health more online so I can be more aggressive as Ball and get away with weird slams that I really shouldn't get away with. Or get away with making space and really stretching out that fight. Making myself actually do more before I die.
Okay.
That's kind of the idea of life is worth living as tank. And mitigating that damage. Because there's times where you just roll right through main and you'll die. And you're like, oh, why did I die? I mean, I did everything I could have done. This game sucks. They're just better than me. Nah, you just made a really minor mistake. And it's a major mistake. It seems pretty minor, but then you realize it. And holy crap, I almost won the game.
Oh, I didn't use adaptive shields. Well, that's unfortunate.
Adaptive play it. No, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say play it like you never have adaptive shields when you're pathing. But still understand that you have adaptive shields, but play it like you don't have that resource and that you have to be a little bit more you have to be careful when you're rotating because you don't have to get out of jail free. Because here's the thing. You could adaptive shields and get 600 adaptive shields, but if you path really poorly, you then have 100 health and you'll die. But if you path really well, you're going to have 1200 health. You're not going to die, that stuff is so huge. You need to make sure you have that bank because adaptive shields, you take more damage because shields do less. That you take more when you have the shield. Actually, I don't even know if that's right. I think it's right. I'd have to look back at I know armor does the reduction. I don't really know how shields work because we just tear through the
reduction. But
yeah.
Who knows?
Minor boost to damage. You can tear through shields very easily.
Yes. As I see with Zens.
Yes. So you have to work around that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Any other questions before I stop the recording of this video?
Not off the top of my head. What's your Twitch again?
I can give you all of that information after we close the video. So, if you watched this far, I appreciate you. I hope you learned something from this. I know we don't have a lot of tank players, but we have a few tank players on the channel. And it also helps if you're a support player to kind of understand what your tank's trying to do and try to understand maybe how you can tell your tanks to take less damage because, sometimes your tanks just take too much damage. But, if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe. I do tend to do VODs every week or every other week. And if you want your VOD, there is a link in the description to my Discord in which you can then DM me and I can get you set up to want to do a VOD. I think there's also a Fiverr link down there, but there might not be for this video. So I appreciate you guys all for watching. But until next time, I've got to peace out and pass out. I'll see you in the next one.